And we're live. Welcome to yet another edition of our PCS Impact Q&A. I'm your host, MJ Boyce, the Director of Community Outreach here at PCS Grades. Boom. All right, we have a fantastic show for you today, and I cannot wait to introduce you to my friend Maureen from Tutorcom, because it's going to be off the chain. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and go through those housekeeping items as we do every week. Ready, set, here we go. All right, folks, we've got the answers. And if we don't have those answers, guess what? We know who does. And if we don't know either of those things in the moment, we're going to take your questions for action and get back to you with an answer. Speaking of questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, shout outs, go ahead and drop those in the comment section below and we'll get back to you with a response, because every single time you drop and engage with us in that comment section is an entry for you to win. And today's prizes are going to be kind of centered around Tutor.com, but not so much Tutor.com. It's also going to be just a little bit of growth, educational growth. So adults will get a free book of your choice, courtesy of PCS Grades. We'll go ahead and get with you on the back end and get that title request and order that from Amazon and have it sent to your door. And then we also have some really awesome coloring books for the kiddos from a military kid author. And she just came, Charmaine Perry Knight. She came out with an awesome coloring book specific to military kiddos. But comments, questions, concerns, shout out, suggestions, go ahead and drop them in the comments section for a chance to win. LOL smiley faces are totally encouraged, but don't count as an entry to win, people. All right. Next up, we bring you experts like the U.S. Transportation Command, which, by the way, is coming on next week. Write that in your calendars. We've got military spouse employment advocates. We've got our friends from Tutor.com. We bring you the International Association of Movers, those experts. But sometimes you're going to run into a situation that is specific to you and your military family. And in those instances, your two forever and always resources will be, number one, your local chain of command. Number two, your local transportation office. Those are the people who know you. Those are the people who are dealing with your stuff. Those are the people who can take your issues and actually further them for action. Of course, you always got PCS Grades at the helm. You can come to PCS Grades and read or leave reviews from other military families like yours about your on-base housing, your off-base neighborhoods, movers, schools, and more. We've got area guides. We've got VAH calculators. So head on over to PCSgrades.com, but wait till this is over because it's going to be a great show. Last but certainly not least, and I say it every week, let's keep doing our part, people. Do what you can. COVID's trying to rear its ugly head again. So do what you can, respect the mandates, whatever restrictions that you have, kind of watch the area regulations, be vigilant. Because when we flatten that curve completely, we flatten Murphy with it. Do you hear us, Murphy? We are coming for you. And with that, I would like to introduce Maureen Haney from Tutor.com. Maureen, would you tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Hi, MJ. I'm glad to be here, and I'm sorry for the echo, having technical difficulties. So I am a program manager for the Tutor.com for U.S. Military Families program. I have worked for Tutor.com for over 8 years now. I am also a military brat from birth. Have done many PCSs in my lifetime because then I went ahead and married a military guy too. So I am also a proud Air Force spouse. And that's really my life in a nutshell. Lots of moves, lots of PCSs, and lots of fun with Tutor.com.
Awesome. And tell us about your role at Tutor.com real quick.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So basically I am in charge of most of the outreach, myself and my team, my colleague Cami Lum, who is also a proud military spouse. We do the outreach and communicate with the communities and bases all over the world to try and let everybody know about Tutor.com for military and DoD families. We are a small team, but we are mighty, and we do things like, virtual stuff, obviously, during the pandemic, but we also travel to locations all over the world when we can to help spread the word about our service, to military families, and they've really opened up the eligibility for students and stuff over the last year. So we're really excited about, helping, trying to spread the word more and more to kids and adults. So that's
Awesome. All right. Hey, we're both here. Just for the record, my friend Maureen here. We're kind of like trivia buddies, and we've done a lot of. We actually met at Millspouse Fest because PCS Grades and Tutor.com were both sponsors this year and for previous years. And so one of the best parts about doing that is getting to meet more of our military family, right? And so we get to do cool things like this. Okay, so let's just dive right in. Can you just kind of give us like a brief overview? Tell us about Tutor.com and the kinds of services that you guys offer.
Well, tutoring is sometimes a dirty word, right? People are like, I don't need tutoring. I'm super smart. Come on, get that away from me. But really, there is so much more that we offer at Tutor.com. I would say a majority of our users are actually high achieving students, because we offer, it's not just tutoring if you're struggling, it's assistance with AP level courses for our high school kids. We can help check homework. We can help college age students. So that includes spouses and adults, spouses and service members. You guys can use Tutor.com too. It's not just for your kids. But we can help you. Maybe you're going back to school and you haven't been to school in a long time, and you just need that little boost, that little extra amount of confidence. We can help you clep out of classes. Like our tutors can help you refresh before you go in there and want to take tests or want to clep out of stuff. Maybe you took Algebra 1 in the semester earlier and you've had like months in between, and now you want to go take Algebra 2. We can help you, remind you all about Algebra 1, right? Because you may have forgotten. I've forgotten everything I ever learned in math, so, that's me. But yeah, we can help with proofreading or reviewing of papers, actually. So any papers, any kind of writing assignment. In fact, even if you're not in school, maybe you volunteer for the PTA newsletter, right? And you just want to an extra eyeballs on your piece of writing of some sort. We can help with all sorts of writing, all different skill levels. We can help with, we have practice quizzes in there that you can take to, again, help refresh yourself. AP level, I already mentioned. IB, International Baccalaureate, we can help with that too. Languages, if you're taking Spanish, French, German, Italian, or Arabic, we got you covered. We've got tutors that can help you with that. If we have any Spanish-speaking families out there who are more comfortable, maybe Spanish is their first language, we have tutors that tutor in Spanish too. We also have study skills and life skills tutors. So if you are having problems getting organized or taking notes, or maybe you have test anxiety or something like that, we have tutors that can give you tips and tricks and all that stuff to help you with that as well. So
that's pretty awesome. I heard through the grapevine. Is this all free? Like, is this all free for military families? Is that like a true thing? What?
I said, did we not mention that? That's the best part.
Yeah. Free, FREE. Okay, so who's eligible then?
Okay, so first let me clarify, it is absolutely free, no cost to the military and DoD. But I just want to give a shout out to, military, community and family policy, the DoD, who actually funds the program, okay? Because someone is paying for it, just not our military families, right? So they fund it, and also Coast Guard Mutual Assistance funds it for the Coast Guard. So if you are in an Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Coast Guard family, or you are a DoD civilian or a Coast Guard civilian, or even if you're in the reserves or the National Guard part-time, you and the service member, the spouse, and all the dependents are eligible to use it. So that is kindergarten all the way through college. So if you've got kids in elementary school, kids in college, spouse in college, service member, or whatever, entire family is eligible to use it. And if you're a DoD civilian, it's the same thing, as well as a Coast Guard civilian. So we really opened up our eligibility over the past year and a half. If you have a question about your specific eligibility, you can go to our website, which is tutor.com/military, and you can click on your branch of service or DoD civilian, and it will give you a little list of everybody who is eligible.
That is amazing. And shout out, Dustin. Yes, that is amazing. I certainly didn't know that. I mean, and there are times, trust me, my friend, where I could have used a tutor, not just for my children either. Which kind of, you know what I mean? You mentioned PTA. Like if I'm at the PTA and I need to write a newsletter and words are not my thing, like, hi. Here's a question, just kind of a follow-up. What happens if, like, say, I have to math and I don't math? MJ don't math, people. But if I have to help my kids with their math, I need to understand what it is that they're doing. Is that something that I could access tutor.com for?
Absolutely. So you can either pass the buck and sit your child down in front of tutor.com and have them, communicate with. Sometimes we communicate with people better who aren't our parents, just saying. Or if you want to be the one to help your kids, you could get on there and you can talk to the tutor, say, hey, I'm a parent. I'm trying to help my fifth grader with this math that I don't recognize anymore. Can you please help me? And the tutor can help the parent and the parent can help the student. Basically, our tutors are there. They're real human beings, right? So you can go in, you can talk to them, you can get help, at whatever level you need. So we're there for you. And it won't surprise you to know that math is our most tutored subject. So, you're not the only one who doesn't math, MJ. I don't math either.
I word. You word. I word. I don't math. Right. I'm glad that they have those services. Okay, so since we're PCS grades, let's talk a little bit about how tutor.com can help our military connected students before, during, or after a PCS.
Well, the beautiful thing about tutor.com is that it is any internet connected device, you can get access to it. So if you are in the back of your station wagon driving from Camp Lejeune to, Camp Pendleton, you like my Marine Corps reference there, just for you, MJ. Your kids can be using tutor.com in the back of the car as you're cruising along, right? I mean, you can use it on your smartphone, you can use it on a tablet. As long as you have internet connection, you can connect with the tutor at tutor.com. The other beautiful thing is the service is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So as you are moving around the world, right, in CONUS, OCONUS, wherever you're going, you can continue to use tutor.com. Or if you're working a wacky schedule, mid-shift, whatever, if it's a service member, they can use tutor.com in the middle of the night, during the day, Japan time, Europe time, America time, wherever you happen to be, Hawaii time. I wish I was on Hawaii time right now. But yeah.
Aloha time.
All right. So yeah, anywhere in the world you want to go, you can access tutor.com as long as you have that internet connection. And it's the real live tutors. They only work in one-to-one with a student at one time. So it's not like, calling up your internet provider or you're text chatting your internet provider and they're talking with 5 people at once. None of that at tutor.com. It's just you and the tutor either text chatting, drawing on a board together, uploading files to share with the tutor, or you can actually talk to the tutor too. But there's no cameras. Okay, so I will clarify that because OPSEC, right? Like we don't need to be seeing into your living room or you're doing your homework in the middle of the night. So it is completely anonymous, but you can talk and you can text chat.
Wow, that's awesome. So I wouldn't have to put my face on to do that. That's really cool.
No, ma'am, you can be eating pizza, wearing your PJs, doing whatever it is that you do.
So you mentioned that tutor.com can help OCONUS students as well.
Yes.
And that it's 24/7. I'm glad they can access that as well. Is there any differences in somebody that is stationed at OCONUS? Is there any differences in them accessing it than me here in the States?
It's the exact same service that you're getting 24/7. I mean, obviously the tutors take turns, right? But you can also, that actually brings me to a good point. You can favorite tutors. So if you're working with a tutor and you think, hey, this person really gets me, they understand my lack of knowledge of quadratic equations or whatever it is, you can favorite them, and then you can request them to when they are online and available and working. And typically, if you're living, let's say you're overseas, and so you're always accessing it sort of at a particular time, chances are you're going to find a lot of the same tutors are working those going to be those same shifts, same types of shifts. So you can access your favorite tutors. And it's, again, with the PCS thing, like I went to 9 different schools, right, before I graduated from high school. So I did a lot of that PCS thing, a lot of that changing of schools. And I will tell you that no one teacher taught the same as the other, right? So, you know, even if you're not struggling, sometimes it's like one teacher is talking to you differently than the or maybe you switch curriculums. That's another big thing that happens when you PCS, right? So you were doing the Common Core, but now you're not doing the Common Core anymore, or you know, something like that. Our tutors can assist you with whatever method of learning it is that you need help with. So yeah, lots of options as you move around, and the experience, as you asked, is going to be the same no matter where you go. Just maybe a different tutor, who different tutors working, but yeah.
Okay. And then, so we have a couple questions actually.
Okay.
Angela, whoa, that's covering it up. I'm just going to read, shout out Angela. I'm going to read your comment. So how do you change the account person? Like a few months back when we were about to PCS, I'm
Okay, I think I might have frozen on you guys. Can you guys hear me at all? I'm sensing that I'm frozen here. Oh, you can hear me? Okay. All right. I'm glad you can hear me. All right. I'm going to talk. MJ froze to me, so I don't know if it's just her awesome face that was freezing. So I'm going to look at this comment because you're making it for your kids. You put in your information, and okay. So we do recommend that every child have their own account. However, it does not, you can use the parent's birth date to create the account. And that's what's going to open up all of the features within Tutor.com. So if you created an account with your name and your information, but you want your child to use it and you want your child's name to appear on it, you can go into your account settings and you can change the first name so that their name will appear. That being said, we do, if the children are probably like late elementary school and up, we do recommend that they have their own account, because that way they can favorite their tutors, things can get stored in their locker, they can have ownership of it and stuff like that. So yes, you do want to have an individual account for each kid. However, you can use your information, your birth date, to sign up for all of those. And that will that way open up all the features. If I hope, yay, you're back.
I did. So my internet, Murphy. Okay, let's just pause. Let's just pause, everybody. Murphy screwed with my internet, but I'm back because I'm not going to let him crush me. My husband is just convinced, because I call him out every week, that he's after me, and this is proof. But I got your number, Murphy.
Oh, so she says, and then she froze again.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right. We're going to get the show on the road. This is my internet. It is my internet issues. Who's karma? Okay. So spin me up. Where did you leave off?
Okay, so you were reading Angela's comment, and then you kind of froze, and I didn't know if it was me or you, and I think I answered her comment. But Angela, listen, if you need more info, email me, okay, at militarysupport@tutor.com. Those come straight to me. and we can chat back and forth, and we can make sure that you are all squared away with your account. Okay. And I will fix all that stuff for you.
I have to throw this out there. So Angela, we're going to drop her email address as well into here as well, but I'm just.
Okay. Thumbs up. Okay. See, look, MJ is freezing again. So I'm just going to do MJ's job for her here. And I'm going to look, Destin, you asked, do you save the work? And if I ask for math help for helping my son, can I refer back to it? The answer is yes. All of the sessions are saved. You can go back. There's two ways. You can either look at the transcript, like the written transcript of what you said back and forth to the tutor. If you use the voice option, you can replay the voice, and you will also see everything you drew on the board. You can look at that written transcript, or you can replay the session like a little movie. You can even do it at like 5 times speed for your enjoyment. But yeah, you can replay the whole session. So let's say they worked on a math problem, you can watch them do it again. And all of that stuff gets saved for up to 6 months in your account. So you don't have to go have another session. You just go back in and check out what you did. And let's say you uploaded a worksheet or an assignment or something to work with with the tutor. That's actually going to go into your locker. It will get saved in your locker. So hopefully that answers your question, my dear. And are there tutors that can specifically help children who have special needs? Yes. So the answer to that is we don't have specific tutors that are designated for special needs, but all of our tutors have been trained and are equipped with the tools to be able to help. Now, here's the thing, because we are an anonymous service, it's up to the student and the parent, obviously, but if you can self-identify the fact that your child has a particular learning challenge or special need, that will definitely help. The tutors do try to recognize things. For example, if a student has dyslexia and they're having trouble with the typing or something like that, the tutor will change their approach. Maybe they'll start using pictures. They'll definitely suggest that you use the voice capability. If you have, we've had actually great success with students with autistic students. The ones that aren't comfortable with interpersonal communication, because we don't have cameras, they're more comfortable just text chatting with the tutor or even perhaps talking to them. So there are ways and tricks and methods that our tutors have to work with children with special needs. So we are very conscious of it. They have a plan in place to be able to do that. And again, it does help if you can sort of identify at the beginning of the session maybe some of the challenges that your child might face. So let's see. How do we find help for a certain skill like learning multiplication? From Stacy. All right. Well, Stacy, you will, when you go into Tutor.com, you're going to select math, first of all, right? And then you'll drill it down and you'll say elementary math. And then when you go in there, you can say, I need to practice my multiplication. Or you can take a picture of a worksheet that the child has brought home. Or we actually have some worksheets available for K through 5, for example. On our website, you can go and grab one of those math worksheets for your grade level, and you can take that with you to work on with the tutor as well. So again, they're real human beings. They can work with you no matter what you need help with. So, okay. And
oh my gosh.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you for taking over my show. See, this is why we have her on here, people. She is the anti-Murphy, and I'm not going to say his name anymore because apparently he's Beetlejuice. I'm glad you've been answering our audience's questions, and you guys, if you can, and you're in the mobile, if you're in the mobile one, whatever, just throw up some hearts for Maureen and give her a shout out and tell her thank you for taking my place. We all know that this can be difficult at times, but this too shall PCS, right? Positive. Okay. All right. did we get to everybody's questions?
I think that we did. And again, yeah, as military spouses, we adapt and overcome, MJ. So, you freeze, I take over, girl. We got it.
Preach. This military family taking care of each other.
Yes. I think also I wanted to mention before we go too about, which I haven't said anything about, but if you are a spouse or someone who wants to become a tutor, we would love to have you. No matter where you are in the world, we can hire military spouses even if you're overseas. And to do that, you are going to go to tutor.com, to tutor.com/apply. And we are a proud partner of the Military Spouse Employment Partnership. And there you go. And so, yeah, we encourage you to apply to become tutors for us. Now, we do take our hiring process very seriously. So come at it, like study up your stuff, guys, because we will, you'll fill out an application just like you would with any job. Give us your resume, etc. And then if, let's say you already have a teaching credential of some kind, or a CPA or something like that, and you want to be an accounting tutor, then a lot of times that will suffice in terms of your credentials. But if you, let's say you were a math major and you just want to come and be a part-time math tutor for us, we will make you take a test, okay? And we will make you prove that you know your stuff. And the tests are not easy from what I have been told. I am not smart enough to be a tutor. I just talk to people. So, but do make sure you study up. If there are any spouses out there that speak French, Spanish, German, maybe you are French, Spanish, German, or Italian, we would love to have you if you are interested in tutoring one of our languages.
So here's a question. Is it subject specific or is it all encompassing? Here's why I ask, because obviously I'm not going to apply to be a math tutor because that's not happening. But my background is social psychology. So all of the social science classes that I aced, by the way, that's my jam. That's what I know in and out, and I can break it down and whatever. Would my tests be specific to that subject, or are they? Oh, cool.
Yeah. So our tutors are, and I should have mentioned this earlier, they're what we call subject matter experts. Okay. So when you go in to get help with psychology, you're going to get a psychology tutor. When you go in to get help with economics, you're going to get an economics tutor. Math, statistics, you're going to get a statistics tutor, right? So maybe you're an elementary school teacher and you just want to tutor elementary math and science. Then that's what you apply to do. So you apply by the subject. You apply to become a tutor for a specific subject. That's what you're going to get tested on. It does not count against you that you don't know how to add or whatever. MJ, you're still okay. You can come tutor our social sciences for us.
Awesome, because I would just hand somebody a calculator and say, have fun.
There you go. Honestly. We don't do that. We don't do that at tutor.com. Let's be clear. We don't give the answers and we don't encourage those calculators. But it's a great part-time job. You can either be a floater where you can just come in anytime and try and pick up some hours, or you can actually get on the schedule for a particular time slot. If you want to be on the schedule, we just ask that you work a minimum of 5 hours a week. And again, it is part-time, so it's anywhere from 5 to 29 hours a week for our tutors. And we love, love, love having military spouses on our team. So we do, or retired military, or service members who have some free time on their hands, or, so whatever it is, we love our military connected tutors, I should say that.
That's awesome. And it's especially encouraging that we could hyper focus on our subject matter expertise.
Yeah.
Very encouraging. My husband, by the way, just texted me and said, I'm so sorry. The internet should be good now. Thank you, Christopher Boyce, because he does watch. He does support us. Go, Christopher. But, again, Maureen at the helm. That's awesome. Well, all right. So here's the deal, people. Because of our technical difficulties, we're going to allow others to watch the replay and get in on that chance to win, not just that book, by the way, that book that of choice and the coloring book from Shemaine Perry Knight. show us what tutor.com has for our viewer as well.
We kind of like, we're doing a play on a little school lunch here. So we have one of our little lunch bags. It's like one of those insulated lunch bags, and I filled it full of swag. I have a coffee mug here, but I also have a water bottle that I'm going to throw in here. And if you're stressed, we got a little stressy brain. But you know, it's no good to have a lunch box with nothing to put in it. So we're also going to throw in a little $10 Subway gift card here. We got some pens, some highlighters, some fun swaggy stuff in there. So we're going to send that to the lucky winner.
Yes, and so what we're going to do is at the end of our next webinar, which by the way next week is Transcom, people. At the end, once our guests go and they have to leave to go do their craziness, we're just going to go ahead and do the wheel of names for that day, as well as for today because of the technical difficulties, and we want to give everybody a chance to rewatch, ask those questions. Ask those questions and provide those answers to you. Maureen, she's not getting rid of us. She's going to be, if you have questions that we can't answer, especially if they have to do with math, I'm going to go ahead and forward those over to our girl Maureen. And so she's stuck with us. Yeah, we become very good friends, both personally and professionally. So any questions, comments, concerns that you have, maybe it's about tutor.com, maybe it's about becoming one, maybe it's about the tutoring services themselves, go ahead and drop those in the comment section and let us know. And let's see what else. Okay, so we're going to, again, thank you all for bearing with us this webinar. Maureen, thank you for taking the helm like a trooper. Military
I'm just
families
glad it
taking care of
was
each
your
other.
internet and not mine, because I would have felt so bad about that. So I'm glad I was here. I gotcha.
Word. Well, again, thank you for coming on, and we're going to be doing that drawing next week. Next week, everybody, we're going to go ahead and have Transcom on Wednesday, December the 8th at 1 p.m. Eastern time to talk about all those things like claims, about their move from Move.mil to the Military One Source, about their new customer dashboard, and so much more. So come armed ready with any questions, comments, or concerns that you have about PCSing and any policy and everything like that, because we've got 3 subject matter experts coming on next week to talk to you about that. So tune in on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, this too shall PCS. Bye, everybody.